Okay, here's the house. You're walking in the front door here. You can see you have the living room directly in front of you. You've got a small room over here to the left, which is a study. It technically could be a bedroom. It does have a closet and a window, so it could be considered a bedroom, but probably more likely used for a study. The living room is pretty large. It's not a perfect square. It's a little bit deeper than it is wide, but it's a really nice size. It's got built-ins all along this wall here. You can see the hallway leading back to the bedrooms. These are permanent built-ins, so you would have to leave them in. If you took them out, you would have to go back in and replace the floor, and it would probably be quite an ordeal, so you probably would want to leave those in. Coming through here, you can see it comes to the dining room here. Now, some of the flooring has been updated. You look down, you can see this is a laminate floor. It's not the highest quality. It's going to be a kind of a low to mid-grade laminate, but it appears to be in pretty good condition. This tile in here looks like probably the original, like it has not been replaced. It looks quite a bit older. But it is a decent sized dining area, has some nice trim work around the walls. This tile looks like it's been updated in the kitchen area. You see the kitchen, it's got a really nice sized kitchen, large island in the middle, and then another breakfast area over there. The countertops have been updated to the granite. The kitchen appliances, the oven looks original. Dishwasher looks like it's been replaced fairly recently. The cooktop here appears to be original, and then there is no built-in microwave, so they have the microwave on the cabinet there. Coming around here, you've got the laundry room over off of the breakfast area here. So then you have another entryway into your living area, which is right here. Then we'll make our way back to the bedrooms. It appears, and this is just a guess, but it appears that the laminate was probably installed by the owner. And it looks like they did a pretty good job on the installation. The way that we can usually tell is by looking at the trim work. In other words, if you look at some of this trim down here, the way it doesn't perfectly sync up, and it doesn't look like it was ever caulked, the nail holes, and there was no caulk on the edge of the baseboard, between the baseboard and the quarter round or the shoe mold. So that's one way that we tell. Another way is that if you look right here, where it really should be undercut, in other words, this laminate right here, it should go all the way under this trim piece here, and they just squared it off there and then tried to caulk in there a little bit. So it's not a huge deal, but it just is something to be aware of. It means they probably installed it themselves. And so there's a few little things like that that aren't quite up to par with what you would see with the professional installation. This room here, it looks like that they pulled some wallpaper down, and I'll kind of give you a close-up of that. It didn't do a real good job retexturing this wall. This is the only room I saw that in, but it looks like at one time this had some wallpaper, and they pulled it down. You do have the double sink in here on both sides, and then the shower and the toilet are in here, and you do have some built-in cabinetry, quite a bit of storage space in the room here. Okay, this bedroom here and that front office bedroom are the only ones that have carpet. The rest of them have the laminate in it. So you see this room, this has the bifold doors. They actually took them off of there to give them a little bit more room. This room is not real big. It's very narrow. It's probably, if I'm guessing, it's probably about 9 feet wide or so. So by far the smallest room. Pretty narrow, fairly deep, but pretty narrow. This room's a little bit more traditional, a little bit more squared off. Again, not a real big bedroom, but it does have the laminate floors in it. Got the master bedroom here. Master bedroom's a very nice size, and it has a pretty good sized closet. And the bathroom over here does have the separate shower. It's got the double sinks, the separate shower and tub. Does have the jetted tub, and then you've got a little bit of a private area for the toilet. We're back in the living room here, and I don't know how well you can see it. I'll try to zoom in. There is a crack that runs up this wall to that beam there. Based on what I can tell, judging from the rest of the house, I don't think that's a serious issue. It appears to be the tape from the sheetrock where they taped it on the joint. You can kind of see, it looks like the tape starts about right here and goes to about right there, and it kind of runs up that line. So it's not something I'm overly concerned about, but it's definitely something we would have an inspector take a look at. Now come in here to the backyard. It has a really large backyard area. You've got a pretty good sized covered porch here, and then there's also a deck that wraps around it. The deck appears to be in fairly good shape. It probably will need to be resurfaced or repainted fairly soon. And then you can see it goes a fairly good ways that way. It goes to a deep corner over there, and then to the side of the house over here. The yard actually extends a little ways about to that fence over there, but they've got it stopped right here for whatever reason. But you can kind of see where the grass is mowed is approximately where the property line is.